In this video, we are going to calculate a summary of the various data for the categories. In order to do this, we are going to the table, categories, and copy the data of the first two columns. With Control+C, we come to the final leaf. Notice if I click here with the right mouse button, I see all the leaves and I can go directly to the last categories. Click here. I double-click to shrink that one, and now I come here and I say, I want the budget, not because there is no budget for categories, discount, amount, total, total cost, and discount margin with Control+C and Control+V. The paste here, and now this, the numbers with SUMIFS. I'm going to calculate totals for all the years. Okay, you can use a SUMIFS. It is more point I would like to add. I am going to the row details of order that I put my category code here, or my gives the same category. We come here to the code of category where it is that I added I here. It is of origin such as discount. A moment that I find, here the supplier is this code. This category is the column that I would like to compare, semicolon. I come to this here, semicolon. And I would like to add to C detail of order. Add the column. Total amount is the column Q. If you remember, I'm going to give you a copy in this format. Because this it was column Q, R, and S, because nothing I can come here. Click, press the left button to select all, Control+C. Not to change this, I am the ESC. I come here. I put Control+V, I here too. And here I am going to change where I'm going to put Q, change the Q for the R and the Q for the R, okay. And here I am going to change Q for the S. And the Q for the S. Okay, and I am now going to give the same format to this. And then I'm going to calculate the margins that can copy here because it is in the same order. Select maintaining the left mouse button down with Control, forgiveness, click the mouse uppercase letters, pulse the pulse. Another tip with Control+C, select with Control+V, paste. Already I have here my margins, and now, as this, select all by pressing the left mouse button and stretching, and here I click and stretch, and I already have all the data that I am going to return to put a sum here. And I joined this whole column. To check that coincide with the previous values, and I too take these two, and I'm going to copy for less. Calculate with the totals, and thus would be sure that I am not wrong with regard to this. But this are values of all the periods I should now like to values for a particular year, and I'm going to put here 2016. And for that I'm going to use a function that goes from Excel 2007 called add if the whole. Add if only I allows a condition, join the whole I allows more than a condition, okay? Then I'm going to work with add another whole, do you agree? Add if we set allows us to use the designations of the table to sum if it is sometimes messes up. We have been using names of columns, we are going to try it. Happen whole, we come here, we sum point if joint point. Okay, then we want to first rank sum and then rank criteria 1, 2 criteria range. Here are different. Before it was the first criterion. In add if you put first criterion and after the sum. Here is in the first rank sum. Then we are going to details of orders, and we say that we want it to be the total amount. But instead of putting it so, we are going to put to the nomenclature of the table, which is clearer, okay. Are we going to put here details? Please note that I get the name of the table. I can put details order, okay? Details order, and then I put between square brackets the name of the camp I would like to join me. In this case, we're going here below the total amount, and I close the brackets. Okay, and I now have to put pairs of semicolon conditions. The range is saying I criteria and approach. The first rank criteria is that I want it to be of a particular year. Then the range of criteria will be details order as new. Here we have, you know that I appear and in parentheses truth in parenthesis. I made a little bit key. I come back to back. In brackets. There is, I am year okay, and I now have to put semicolon and I have to put the criterion. The criterion is here in summary data to be equal to this. Because I am not going to be changing, then semicolon. I put details order. I have not done so consummate, if because it sometimes problems details order and in brackets. I'm going to put the category ID here. I notice that is proving easy I and the category ID. Semicolon, I want it to be equal to this. Okay, and now I close the brackets and if everything well, gives me the amount of drinks in the year 2016. If I change here 2017, such amount changes, okay? I'm going to give you Control+C to undo it, and what they are going to do is to give the same format. Do you agree? This we are going to draw annual amount. And we're going to now, we will stretch downwards and here we put annual discount. Annual cost. Annual margin. And annual discount. No, we have already put before annual discount. Annual calculated, isn't it? We had called discount because we can call annual discount, sorry. Okay, now, we have everything we need then. What we are here to do is copy this formula Control+C, Control+V UV, okay? We are moving the category, do you see? Then before to make Control+C, Control+V I am going to give Control+C and Control+C I'm to put $2. The category, summary data to 1. I'm going to put $2. The 2 so that I was not moving towards the right. It will be the absolute because downwards. Yes, I want and I am now going to copy these 3 to see that I am doing wrong now. Something else I have been, it is gone from me all the fields. And the amount of the discount total cost that interest me. But here I want instead of quarter continue putting year. Year and here it is, and that I do not change nor the to see. Here I can see graphically I put the category and the year and it should in principle I already. We are going to take to try it. Instead of doing so I am going to do as I have done manually before. I quote here a lame with Control+C and not to change anything. ESC2 I quote here with Control+V and Control+V. And now to change hand. Instead of C total amount, here I will discount amount. Enter, and here in cost I can change this annual. Total cost. Okay, copy the formula of the margin. And that it can stretch downwards because here the only reference that changes is the ID of the category in agreement. And here we have, you know, something done wrong, to see what it is that bad HR show, the year. I also put $1 in the A. The year is this a $1, okay? And here it should also put $2, so that I was not download the reference of the year. Because we are going to leave nothing but $2. $1. It is simply that the division is because we take here, these 3 forgiveness. And the move it is already we have agreed here obviously did not. lack Control+C because we do not want to reach so below, and Control+Z and let him as it was. Arrive to only up to here, and here what I'm going to put it is a sum, more sum of this than with Control+C and Control+V. The copy here do. You agree? Well, if your here are 608, 1847 equal to be here a year, if here I put 2615, you know, are 1990s and 3000, 16,000, 174,000, and if I put 2017, 4 and 6, 330, 136 and 8 to 9 and 400, I have seen that. Once I have done this, click on here. I am going to start forgiveness. Format as table, but and as the table that I want to, I take the data. I do not take the subtotals. The table has led to, and this is not to confuse me, I'm going to take, and I am going to make this the same look, and that I am going to put the white background. Not to confuse me one another. These two the same, so we already have the table of categories.